You think you are fine without you, but the truth is, people often feel a void when someone disappears from their lives without a trace. It's an unsettling experience, raising numerous questions and leaving a trail of mixed emotions. Today we'll explore what goes on in the minds of those left behind. From confusion to self-doubt, the journey through these emotions reveals much about our interpersonal relationships and our own inner resilience. This exploration aims to offer insights and understanding, helping anyone going through this to navigate their feelings more effectively. Confusion is usually the first reaction when someone disappears from your life unexpectedly. It's a natural response as your mind tries to piece together the last conversations and interactions you had. You might find yourself replaying recent encounters, looking for clues or signs you might have missed. This state of perplexity isn't just about missing their presence, it's about trying to understand what led to this sudden absence. Questions like, did I say something wrong, or could I have done something differently, frequently surface. This confusion can cloud your thoughts, making it challenging to focus on daily tasks or to maintain emotional stability. Addressing this confusion directly by acknowledging that it's okay to feel lost in this situation is the first step towards processing your emotions and finding a way to move forward. As the initial shock of confusion begins to settle, self-doubt often creeps in. This is where you might start to question your own role in the disappearance. Self-doubt can manifest as thoughts of unworthiness or blame. You may wonder if your own actions or perhaps a lack of attention contributed to their departure. It's crucial to address these feelings by reminding yourself that another person's decision to disappear is often more about their own needs or circumstances than anything you could have controlled. It's important to combat this self-doubt not just by rationalizing the situation, but also by reinforcing your self-esteem. Engage in self-affirming activities or conversations with friends who support you and see your value clearly. Remember, the goal is not to suppress these feelings, but to confront and manage them constructively, ensuring they do not erode your sense of self-worth. As you start to regain control over your own emotions, concern for the person who has disappeared may begin to surface. This concern is a reflection of your empathy and the bonds you shared, prompting questions about their well-being and safety. It's natural to wonder if they are in good health, if they are experiencing personal difficulties, or if something significant has happened to them. These concerns might urge you to reach out, to try to establish contact, just to ensure they are okay. It is important during these times to balance your concern with respect for their privacy and choices. If you choose to act on your concern, consider doing so in a way that allows them space, perhaps a brief message or a check-in with mutual friends. This approach respects their autonomy while addressing your worry, and it can sometimes provide the reassurance needed to help you move forward. After concern, frustration often sets in, especially as more time passes without any explanation or closure. This frustration can stem from the unresolved questions and the disruption to your emotional equilibrium. You might feel frustrated not only with the absence of the person, but also with the lack of control over the situation. This can lead to feelings of helplessness or anger, which, if not managed properly, can impact other areas of your life. It's essential to find constructive outlets for this frustration. Channeling this energy into activities like physical exercise, creative pursuits, or even journaling can provide a release and help you regain your emotional composure. Remember, while it is valid to feel frustrated, focusing on actions that foster your own peace and closure can lead to more enduring emotional strength. Moving through the spectrum of emotions, relief might seem surprising, but it's a common feeling, especially when the relationship has been taxing or complex. You might experience a sense of relief as the absence of the person allows you a space to breathe and regain energy that was perhaps being drained. This feeling of relief does not negate the care or love you had for the person, but it highlights the need for personal space and emotional health that was being compromised. Recognizing this relief can be pivotal as it allows you to understand more about your personal boundaries and the dynamics that serve you best. It is beneficial to acknowledge this relief without guilt, understanding that personal well-being must sometimes take precedence. Despite the relief, there may also be a thread of hopefulness that the person will return or reach out to explain their disappearance. This hope can be comforting, keeping the connection alive in your mind and perhaps easing some of the negative emotions associated with their departure. Hopefulness can also manifest as a desire for reconciliation or a resolution of any unresolved issues. Maintaining hope is a natural human inclination and can be positive as long as it does not hinder personal progress. It is important to temper hope with the reality of the present situation, focusing on what is within your control, such as your response and your own emotional journey. As the waves of relief and hope begin to settle, anger may surface. This anger can stem from feeling abandoned or neglected without any explanation. It's a protective emotion, signaling that something important to your emotional well-being has been disrupted or taken away. Anger in this context serves as a reminder of the need for closure and respect in relationship. It's important to address this anger directly, recognizing it as a valid response, but also finding healthy ways to process it. Techniques like talking to a trusted friend, engaging in physical activity, or expressing these feelings through art or writing can help manage anger without letting it overwhelm your daily life. Following anger, sadness often emerges as the reality of the disappearance sets in. This sadness is a mourning process, not just for the absence of the person, but also for the loss of what the relationship represented. It involves a deep emotional acknowledgement that things might never return to what they were. Handling this sadness involves allowing yourself to grieve the loss while slowly beginning to look forward to new opportunities for growth and connection. It's crucial to support yourself through this process, possibly seeking support from others or professional help if the sadness feels too heavy to bear alone. Following the waves of more turbulent emotions like anger and sadness, acceptance begins to emerge as a calmer, more reflective state. Acceptance does not mean forgetting or approving of the disappearance, but rather acknowledging that it has occurred and understanding that it cannot be undone. This stage is crucial for emotional healing, as it allows you to focus on moving forward. Accepting acceptance involves recognizing the limits of your control over others and the situation. It's about focusing on what you can influence, which is your reaction and your path ahead. This acceptance can bring a sense of peace and closure, even if some questions remain unanswered. With acceptance solidified, you can start to explore the personal growth that often comes from navigating through these emotional stages. This growth is about learning from the experience, gaining new insights into your emotional needs, and strengthening your resilience. It involves seeing how each emotion serves a purpose in understanding more about yourself and your relationships. Personal growth may manifest as increased self-awareness, improved emotional regulation, or a renewed sense of what you value in relationships. Ultimately, this growth can prepare you better for future relationships and life challenges, turning a painful experience into a stepping stone for development. While we close this exploration of the emotional roller coaster experienced when someone suddenly disappears from your life, it's important to reflect on the journey we've navigated. From the initial shock and confusion to the eventual acceptance and personal growth, each stage of this process has significant implications for our emotional health and interpersonal relationships. This progression through varied emotions is not just about coping with loss, but also about understanding our inner selves better and enhancing our resilience in the face of unexpected changes. Understanding that it's natural to cycle through a range of feelings helps validate our experiences and encourages a healthier emotional response. By acknowledging and addressing each emotion as it arises, we equip ourselves with the tools necessary for emotional healing and growth. This journey underscores the importance of self-care and the value of seeking support when needed, whether from friends, family, or professionals. The disappearance of someone important in our lives tests our emotional robustness and our ability to navigate complex feelings. By actively engaging with these emotions, we not only heal, but also build stronger foundations for our future selves, ready to face new challenges with a deeper understanding of our emotional landscapes. Let this video serve as a reminder that you are not alone in your feelings, and that with time and effort, you can move from confusion and loss to a place of strength and clarity.